welcome to that 80s show. And if it sounds a little bit different, it is because it is different, Dori. We are not in the confines of, I like the studio, it's a safe space.
Very.
I always know what's going
But
on.
I feel like in some ways this is a safer space.
I feel it's a safe space to like the shit that we like.
Yeah.
Because normally we get laughed about
I feel like we're with our tribe.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely, so when you don't have to explain, we'll get into this right now, but of course we're coming to you live from the Pretoria Retro Fair. Noel called it something different. It's Retro012.
Retro012. Oh, 012.
Yeah,
Retro012.
retro. I don't know if it's Retro012.
Yeah.
Retro012. You see, he's a graphic designer, right?
Yeah.
They never think about how you say it.
Just how it looks.
Like podcasters, just how it looks. So we're here in Pretoria. So this is the second retro fair that we've been to.
Yes.
And what I got to say is that the first one was fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So good, so novel, like very sweet, but kind of like Back to the Future 1. This is Back to the Future 2. So they've taken all the stuff that worked, just made it better. Right?
Okay.
So just like Back to the Future 2 is the better Back to the Future, okay, because it's all the good stuff from 1 better, okay?
Why do you start with an argument with me? Why do you have to start?
You don't have to argue. It's only an argument if you don't agree that Back to the Future 2 is better.
Well, we know that I don't agree.
Okay, well, anyway, Retro012. We'll figure out how to say it when we catch Noel. He's floating around. Have you seen his mullet, by the way?
I mean, would you call that a mullet? It looks so good on him.
It really works. So Noël Opperman has become a great friend of that 80s show. We are the official podcast of Retro012, Retro012. And Noël Opperman is the Curator Supreme. He finds all us 80s nostalgia, Gen X souls, puts us together in a festival like this. And what's also great is those of you who don't know that 80 show started out as a music show, an online radio, 80 show, right?
Yeah.
We had to take out the music.
Yeah.
Because I don't like being sued by Tiffany. It happened once,
Specifically
Dori.
Tiffany.
You know, she sued us. She sued us directly. I didn't like it.
I mean, it was because people kept missing the show and they were like, why can't you make a podcast? We love you so much and we want this for posterity.
Exactly.
So if you make it a podcast, then we won't miss you. And then we were like, well, if we make it a podcast, we have to lose the music.
Exactly. But today we don't have to lose the music because if you listen faintly in the background, there will be songs. And trust, when one of our treffers come on, because we're in Pretoria, so we've got to call it a treffer.
Right.
When a treffer comes on, we're going to announce it. We're going to have something to say about it.
Oh, of course.
Okay, so listen, what we're going to do is we're going to grab Noel a little bit later. We got a couple of the other lost 80s souls around. We're going to bring them in. Got some fun games to play with them maybe. We have got a different take on movie recommendations this week. I'm going to wrap up some things you've been talking about on the show lately. We spoke about 2 weeks ago. We haven't done the show in a while. Shame, Dori, you've been ill.
I have been sickly.
Shame, Dori.
Yeah.
You've got the immune system of a Victorian child. You do. We would have thrown you in a river.
Yeah.
In Victorian times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Put me in the forest to die and be eaten by wolves.
And it would be better than you deserved. Because you were just a humble chimney sweep, as you're still a chimney sweep at 8 years old.
I feel like I've been sweeping chimneys. That's a very good description for how my throat feels.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Definitely ingesting lots of soot.
Okay, I'm going to leave that one right over there. So last time we did the show, listen, we got a DJ. Yeah, he's doing his DJ announcement for us. Have you heard that? Listen, he's doing the big DJ stuff. Why do DJs talk like that?
Did you never talk like that in the beginning when you started, doing things?
I did.
I'm trying to think of our early shows.
I hope we didn't do that, but then I discovered 7,000 Rand microphones, which mean you don't have to do stuff like that. Yeah. So we spoke about Peter Dinklage being the toxic Avenger.
Yes.
Right? And we were like, no, I need more. So Dori, I have, because I'm an intrepid podcast journalist, found photos of Peter Dinklage as the toxic Avenger in the remake.
Awesome.
Now the first thing is, this movie's not brand new.
Oh.
No. So this movie is a couple of years old and it's been floating around at the South by Southwest, all the art house kind of film festivals.
Okay, so when was it made, though?
It was made, Dori, pre-COVID times. That's how old it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Right?
We are very late to the party.
No one is. No, we're not late.
Oh.
So it was made like as an art project type thing.
Okay.
And no one is
How'd they get Peter Dinklage?
Right, so he bought into it. He's like, I dig the story. I love Toxic Avenger. I love the movie.
Was it like his cousin's project?
Possibly. Okay. Roger Dinklage. Okay, it was something done by Roger Dinklage. And Peter said, I got to get stuck in there. And so then they made it, but then they thought, you know what, it had such a good release, like it had such good response, like in all the kind of like subversive shows that they did, that they decided, you know what, let's get a cinematic release, and that's what's coming out now. So we're going to get to see it. But now, Dori, I got photos for you of the Toxic Avenger Peter Dinklage style. Right, I'm showing Dori now.
Wow.
We're going to pop this up on that 80 Show SA Facebook page, right? But here's the thing, that's not Peter Dinklage in there.
Okay.
Yeah, so they get a different actor. So when they're doing because the Toxic Avenger story is there's a janitor, he sees a kid being bullied, he's got to work as a janitor to raise funds for his kids' school fees. He sees a kid being bullied, he ends up in goo, then he becomes like an anti-hero bully fighter. And so the part in the Toxic Avenger, the remake, is that Peter Dinklage plays Peter Dinklage parts. He voices the Toxic Avenger, but there's somebody else in the makeup.
Did Peter not want to sit for 7 hours to get makeup
That's
put
what
on?
I imagine. He's going, listen, I'm a fucking Lannister.
Yeah, I'm famous. I don't need this shit in my life.
You know, like I'm too, even pre-COVID.
Like 5 people are going to watch this movie. I'm not sitting for 7 hours doing makeup.
It's like literally, I'm too big for this shit. I'm not going to sit
Also,
here.
it probably wasn't a complete professional doing the makeup, so it probably took 12 hours.
Yeah, because it was like done on an indie budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that shit is going to itch.
We assume a lot about things, eh?
No, we're right, Dori. We're 100% right about all these facts. Listen, I want to go into something as well as we try to wave down Noel. You know, we've been talking about George Michael's Bush.
Yes.
Okay, and the house that's fallen into dilapidation. George Michael's sister has won a legal battle. She's won a legal battle, £10 million legal battle over his crumbling mansion. Basically, there's a lot of legalese in here. She won. She can trim the bushes. She can do whatever she wants. She doesn't have to rehome any sparrows.
Okay.
So that is a win.
Well, not for the sparrows.
But you know what? Fuck sparrows. That is a win for the Panayatu family. And I think if the Panayatu family wins, we all win. Okay. So we have tracked him down. Noël Opperman, if you don't know, is the Curator Supreme of... Noel, how do we say the new name? Is it
Retro012?
Retro012. So we got... Yeah. Okay.
Lara and I, my wife, are still having a fight over should I remove one of the zeros or should I leave it... I wanted to make it Retro012.
Yeah.
She wanted it Retro012. So... But I changed it specifically because we're taking it on the road.
That's it.
We're going to Joburg, Retro011, Cape Town, Retro021.
Nice.
So, yeah, we're growing. We're growing.
So, listen.
And it's so cool meeting all these wonderful people.
I was saying to Dori, so this is the third one you've done.
Fourth,
right?
Yeah.
So we've
but
only...
the first one doesn't really count. It was a shoot from the hip kind of garage party.
Okay, with everyone, like basically a jumble sale.
Yeah,
basically,
correct.
So then Dori and I, we were at the one last year. I said to Dori, the one last year was like Back to the Future 1, right? Love it, very quaint, a lot of good things going on. This is like Back to the Future 2. You took everything from Back to the Future 1 and made it better.
Yeah.
Made it better.
Wonderful. Good.
We got hoverboards.
Good to know. Thanks, man.
You know, we got self-tying sneakers that change sizes. That's all the things. So listen, tell us about some of the exhibitors you got here today.
Okay, so we have a few. The main thing with the idea behind this was not to get just anyone who apply. We wanted to keep it retro and pop culture. So we've got a Retroflect, who is one of our sponsors. They sell all sorts of pop culture merch, pins and badges, cool t-shirts and stuff. Then we have our comic book guys.
Retroflect, they're the guys that do they got the Airwolf t-shirts. Dori, have you seen those?
I'm punting my own company now here.
Okay.
Retroflect is me.
Oh, that's your store, right?
That's my
okay,
store.
yes.
So yes, I have these cool they call them Raglan shirts, these 80s Stranger Thing t-shirts, but then I'll print like a yes, but where on Eileen, for instance, I'll print on this. So
Did you hear that? Because I saw that t-shirt or poster. And do you know that song's exactly what we all think it's about?
correct.
Yeah. He was bonking a girl called Eileen. It was the first time they had sex, and he had a bit of a
everyone gets
sploogie.
it, but those who do get it matter.
Especially the matter that went on Eileen. So then...
Dori, sorry. Every time Paulo and I get together, it's like this. Sorry about that.
It becomes like the opposite version of Three's Company, okay? Where you're John Ritter, and I'm Suzanne Summers, and Noel's the forgettable brunette one.
Yeah. Well,
What's her
even
name?
have the mullet going.
Yeah, Dori and I were debating whether it's a mullet or it's just a Noel cut.
It's a mullet.
A mullet. Okay, I like that. There is a guy, Barry, over there.
Barry from JKR Thrift. I haunted him. I think he eventually just said, okay, fine.
Just leave me alone. Yeah.
I'm just going to come check it out because Noel is not going to leave me alone. And he is such a legend. He's doing so well. It's exactly what we want. It's exactly what we need. All sorts of jumble sale, collectibles, really, really retro stuff that really activates those memories and brings you back to when your dad came home from work, the brandy that you served on this tray. That tray, he's got that tray for instance.
I know. What are we going? We're going till 7 o'clock today.
Yes. We have our arcade
music's
games
going,
up.
arcade
we have
games.
our retro suites. Did you check those prices?
I know. They're
80s prices.
They're 80s prices.
For something, chappies or something.
How much are you selling a loose cigarette for, though?
Yeah, that's I only have the chocolate ones.
Okay. Well, that's the way we're gonna do it.
Old £5 Kruger mint coins, also chocolate.
We're gonna go through some movies a little bit later.
Yes.
That you got, because what you've got here is a video wall. All those videos, we spoke about it last year, but I want to hear from your mouth. Where did you get those videos from? The video cassettes?
Because I curate this whole thing, people kind of get in touch with me. This is a wild story. This guy...
I've got this shit in my garage. My wife says if I don't sell it...
Correct.
We're getting divorced.
We're getting... Yes.
No.
Exactly
Come
that.
pick it up.
Exactly. So if you're not... There were still 2,500 tapes that I couldn't get because because Lara will leave me if I do that. But it's wonderful. I just sorted through everything. There's still a whole stack to get through. But it's kind of popular with this crowd. Everyone wants to know... and it's difficult because what do you ask for a VHS tape? Well, if you have to sell it.
You see, you're in the prime seat there, because you know what? I got a tip for you next year. Sell VHS players.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes.
So over the next year or before the next one, source some VHS players, sell those, then you'll sell more. You see?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You see, Johannesburg way of thinking.
We got, you see,
Igoli.
That's it. Igoli,
Nice.
the place of gold, Dori. Okay, no, we're going to let you run off to go entertain people. We're going to grab you just now again, I'm pretty sure.
Wonderful. I'm going to mingle.
You mingle.
Do what I do.
Put on your glasses over there.
My glasses, quaff my mullet.
Yes, just go
Dori,
puff it up.
over to you. Thank you, guys.
That is Noël Opperman,
Noel.
the Curator Supreme of the Retro012. So, Dori.
Yeah, Retro012. I just want to tell Noel, I think it shouldn't have the O on the retro. I'm on your side. I just want to say.
Okay, anyway. So listen, we're going to do something a little bit different because we are here at the Pretoria Retro Fair. We're waiting for our guests. They're not coming, and they may not come.
Let's talk about some movies, maybe.
That's it. So what Noel has done, he spoke about the videos. I think I mentioned on the show, but I was reminded of this week when my mother-in-law used to sell. She was a video cassette sales rep in her 20s.
I've never known this about you.
Yeah, well, it's about my mother-in-law. So it was revealed that you had video stores. Obviously, someone had to sell them the video cassettes. So she used to go around with a little briefcase of all the new releases, go to all the video stores, and go, well, how many of Short Circuit do you want?
That's like such a cool job.
Right? So Chantal says, like, growing up, they had all the movies. They had everything. Like, off the shelf, literally.
That is amazing.
And that was her job. And they go, okay, well, how many Short Circuit do you want? Well, I want 4. So all VHS. Do you want a Betamax? Betamax? Why would I take a Betamax? Nobody's got a Betamax.
No.
Okay, so that was her job. So anyway, what Dori and I did earlier is we went to the little video store corner, on the corner there, the video wall, a strong smell of fish and chips. Hey?
I didn't notice that, but what I did feel like I was in a video shop trying to pick movies.
Because we said to each other, right, we're not going to recommend a movie this week. Let's run around the video store, choose 5 videos each.
Yeah.
And take you straight back to your childhood.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing. Remember, video shops used to have the 10 videos for a weekend contract, and you could take them out on a Friday, and you had to bring them back on Monday.
And then you just had to just watch them all
10 movies
and stay up all night.
And that's what it felt like. Like we ran around, grabbed 5 movies each. What the fuck am I gonna go? I gotta get it, right? So we're gonna go through.
And they're not all from the 80s. I'm gonna put the disclaimer. They're
I
not
try
all
to
from
get
the
all 80s, but they're not all from the 80s. How should we do this? Should we read the synopsis off the back of the movie? Maybe try to take a guess what it is, because mine are pretty well known.
Okay, we can do that.
Let's try. Let's freestyle it.
Okay.
Oh my God, Dori, you ordered a Coke from the waitress earlier, and it has come in a goddamned bottle.
Yeah, one of those old style bottles.
Jesus.
I would have been disappointed if it had come any other way.
I mean,
at Retro Fair.
And best part is you can take it back for a deposit in the end. But the cafe owner will never give you a deposit, give you a chappie.
No, am I going to get a deposit? I don't know.
Yeah, no. I'm going to start with my movie. My movie stars... Oh, if I read the... Okay. This is the back of the video, because now all we had was having to read the back of the video cover, the synopsis, right? There is a Rolls Royce parked in the driveway. There is a sexy, successful singer parked in his bedroom. Yet George is curiously dissatisfied. More and more, he finds himself admiring young, curvaceous bodies. Wherever he goes, he rates the passing parade of femininity on a scale of 1 to 10. His criteria is admittedly tough. As for a 10, that is an impossible dream, the unreachable goal, the eternal quest, until he discovers Jenny. This romantic comedy shows the versatility of Dudley Moore and as singer Sam Julie Andrews, a perfect tonic for music lovers everywhere. The movie I've selected, Dori, you may look at it.
I'm not going to
look at it. Oh, you don't want to look at it?
I'm not going to look at it. I'm
Dudley Moore, Julie Andrews,
I was going to say
a rating
10, right?
system of 10.
Yeah.
Look at that. Blake Edwards.
I mean, Bo Derek.
Why does it say
from this movie?
The character's name is Julie Andrews.
Yes, because it's Bo Derek.
Why would they say Dudley Moore? They don't call his character's name, but then they call her. There's a Julie Andrews. Weird. Very confusing.
I don't know.
Anyway, Bo Derek.
Yes.
Look at her.
With her dreadlocks.
Yeah. That would not be allowed today. Not be allowed today. Very culturally appropriate.
I don't know if I ever watched this movie.
We all watched 10.
Did we?
We all watched 10.
I mean, I've seen the scene of her coming out of the sea.
Oh, numerous times.
Famous scene.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've watched the whole movie. It sounded from the description really terrible, I have to tell you.
It's very 80s. I got a rating system, women who are in numbers, Dudley Moore.
Dudley Moore, very 80s.
Dudley Moore. You know, like you say to some people, are they method actors? Dudley Moore, in Arthur, his method was gin.
Right.
And any other white spirits. Okay, over to you.
Over to me. I'm going to get one.
Pull out your first movie.
Okay, this movie is older than the 80s. One of my absolute favorites. There has been a remake. It is not good enough. The original is the one you want to watch. That's what I'm going to say. Right. Death and destruction are everywhere as the 10 survivors struggle to fight their way through the inverted ship. This brilliant film combines suspenseful terror at sea and reveals the victims' intimate and personal stories. The distinguished talents of 15 Academy Award winners are featured in this most unique enterprise of its kind. Oh wait, there's a part at the top that I missed. Hold on. Perilous adventure on the open sea. This classic sea adventure depicts the desperate effort of 10 survivors to escape from an ocean liner capsized by a huge wave created by an earthquake.
I gotta say,
in other words, a tsunami.
Do you know the amount of copywriting that went into these? It's an art form. I mean, that explains so much, but they give away nothing.
Yes.
I don't know ocean movies. I'm trying to think of it. Poseidon something?
Yes.
Did I get it?
Yes, the Poseidon Adventure.
Jeez, look at that. £5. £6
No,
for that.
£6, $5.99.
Poseidon
This
Adventure.
is an amazing movie.
That
and
is
I
a good
think
movie.
I think it's from the 1972.
Yeah.
1972.
Who are some of the actors?
Well, Gene Hackman's in it.
Hackman.
Gene Hackman,
Yeah.
rest in peace.
Yeah.
Ernest Borgnine.
Oh, geez, that's a big name.
Red Buttons, one of those actors that has a descriptive
Right,
name.
right, exactly.
Red Buttons. Roddy McDowell. Shelley Winters. Pamela Sue Martin.
No.
You know that name from somewhere. She was young.
Probably in Falcon's
She was
Crest.
young.
Probably the old lady in Falcon
Maybe.
Crest.
And Leslie Nielsen as the captain.
You see, what people forget about Leslie Nielsen is our generation knows him as Naked Gun, but he was
Yeah.
a serious actor before
He
that.
was.
And quite a matinee idol.
And always looked the same.
Yeah, always looked the same, except was handsome when he is a bit young. Okay, so Dori, I've got something. We got to go a little bit sports.
Are we not going to talk about this movie?
Oh, well, I know
no,
fuck all about that movie.
It's great. Watch the original, don't watch the remake from the 20-something.
Dori, you're not going to know this, but I've gone for 101 Try-Line Tales.
That picture is epic.
It is the most. We'll take
We have to take photos.
a photo of
Let's
this.
take
That
photos.
80 Show SA Facebook page. Check it out. The specially compiled program features 101 of the most memorable tries scored in South African rugby between 1975 and 1986. It offers
Funny
a
that.
rare opportunity to savor the sight of some of South Africa and the world's best players in action. Pier Spies se wendere in die 89se eindstryd. Anyway, tales of brilliance, tales of glory, 101 Try-Line Tales. Yo,
Is this something you'd watch?
$59.99 from CNA. So this is pretty recent.
Okay. yeah.
Okay. Would I watch? I would watch it actually.
Would you, hey?
Yeah, because we don't see much footage of pre like 95 rugby, Springboks. So I would
So
watch
wait,
it.
when was this from though? What era?
So from 1975 to 1986.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's doel lane treffers.
It's going to be very hairy men.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Not because now rugby players are supreme athletes. But look at that.
That
is
picture's amazing.
That is a man called Wessel Oosthuizen. Dori, look at the bottom of the cassette there. SAUK Producie. Look at that. It's the old SABC badge. Dori, your next movie, please.
Okay. Hold on.
I really wish everyone could hear this Roxette song we're listening to. It's one of the lesser well-known ones. I always like that. Oh, Dori, drop. Dori, if you drop that video cassette, you bought it. As I act like my best video store clerk.
Okay. This movie's definitely not from the 80s. It's from, let me see, 1999.
Oh, jeez.
I'm pushing it. I'm
Okay,
pushing
well,
it.
Dori, you pushed it very far.
But it's a great movie.
Okay, caught momentum down the hill, but great movie, I'm assured.
Okay. To uncover the mystery of a violent slaying and reveal the true intentions of a beautiful seductress, a young high-tech scientist must cross over to the virtual world he has helped create.
Lawnmower Man.
No. It is a stylish thriller where fantasy and reality collide. This was quite an obscure arty movie. Really, really good though. Like, it's surprisingly good. I didn't expect a lot from it.
Actors?
You might not know it. Okay, it is starring Craig Bierko,
No idea.
Vincent D'Onofrio, you must know,
Yes.
Gretchen Mol, Armin Mueller-Stahl. These are very arty actors.
Yeah, it sounds
It's
like
very
it.
arty
They
cast.
sound like people who show their penises in movies.
That's very presumptuous.
No, but the 13th floor. What the hell,
This is
Dori?
such a great sci-fi movie.
Really?
Really, really, really good.
Wow.
Keeps
Look-
you at the edge of your seat.
Look, the only
Good
80s kind of
sci-fi.
thing is like on the cover,
Yeah.
there's like this little synth wavy type of Tronish
Almost Tron,
mountain.
hey? Very Tron, yeah.
Very Tronish
Yeah,
look to it.
yeah.
So I'll give you that on the 80s. Even though you went all the way to 1999, I don't know that
Yeah.
movie. How
I just-
young is Vincent D'Onofrio, though?
That's not him. That's
Oh.
Craig Bierko.
It's very far away from me. It's fine. Okay. All right. Good shout. I'll give you that. Dori, I've got a movie that we have spoken about before on that show. In-laws to be, an ex-boyfriend and a team of boisterous buddies join forces to do everything they can to keep fiancés permanently single. In this brilliantly outrageous movie comedy, the day before the lovers are to be united in matrimony finds everyone preoccupied with the eternal question, can a marriage survive a wedding? And all the shenanigans that precede it. This movie answers this question and many more with some wildly wicked answers as the assembly of characters romp and rout their way through the most out-of-control bachelor bash ever with a superbly talented supporting cast and a rousing rock score. This party is an engagement you won't want to break. Now unbanned. I didn't even know this movie was banned when I spoke about it.
Okay, I don't know what it is.
Starring Tom Hanks, we've spoken about it before, Bachelor Party.
Ah, yes, okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it looks like it was the kind of movie that would have been banned.
It's just great seeing it in the wild. Right, Dori, your next movie.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting to get this one. Okay. It's South African.
Oh, yes.
It is from 1994.
Okay.
So not too far from the 80s.
Right.
Okay. Francois Coetzee, glamour boy of TV1's Konings and Grondbarone, plays Poennie with tongue-in-cheek comedy flair. The brilliant young stage and TV comedian Liz Mehring is a gem as a Puritan Burmese, getting to grips with romance in the raw. Beautiful blonde movie newcomer Julie Hartley, one of the country's leading stage musical stars, is stunning as the young English psychologist who slips out of more than the jet set to save Poenie's hide. And Cape Town's stage hunk Joshua van der Ligt, equally at home in Shakespearean dramas or hit farces, gleefully turns baddie in, I don't want to give it away, as a ruthless yuppie lawyer bent on getting Poennie in jail for life.
You know that fucking Poennie. I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times.
I'm just going to reveal.
But I know that movie though, but I don't know what it's about.
Me neither. I remember it was very popular when it came out.
And it was quite controversial because of the name.
Lipstick, dipstick.
Listen, you got to know. When did this come out? 1994?
Yeah.
I mean, on the cover, there is a blonde lady in very 1980s jeans.
Yes.
Without a top on.
Yeah, I mean, look, she's covering...
Yeah, I mean, she is.
The boob,
but I mean, the censors would have still been. I mean, they hadn't chased him out the building yet.
I think that is why we were all aware of this movie, was because there was controversy.
Yeah.
It was probably 2 to 21 at the movies.
Let's see if it's 18 SL, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it would have been 2 to 21 at the movies.
On Mnet at least.
Center.
Yeah, at least, yeah. My next one, you all know it. It's another sports one, okay? But this is Shawn Michaels, the best of the Heartbreak Kid. Wrestling.
Okay.
Wrestling.
Okay. That is an
Who is more 80s?
Outfit.
Who is more 80s than Shawn Michaels?
No one is more 80s
The Heartbreak Kid.
He's wearing a hat, but I know this about it.
That guy, Dori, that guy's Shawn fucking Michaels.
Okay.
Dori, look at, I mean, that guy, look at his hair on the back. Shawn Michaels, you never seen his hair.
Oh, that is a mullet of
Look at
notes.
that. Hey?
That is an epic.
Yeah,
epic.
so this is the best of Shawn Michaels. I mean, look, he's got his head in another man's groin. And it's not even a porn.
No, it's not.
Hey? That is some good stuff.
He's flying in that other picture.
Yeah, this is so... He was I think this is later because he is the world champion. And Shawn Michaels' heyday is, 1996. Okay, so this is mid-90s, but still, Shawn Michaels popped up in the 80s. The Heartbreak Kid. Loved him. Right, Dori, next movie. We're going through the movies we picked out.
Okay. In a galaxy beyond our time and beyond our imagination, a young computer game genius battles an alien enemy force in an adventure of spectacular action at breathtaking high speed. And that could actually describe quite a few movies.
Every
so I'm going to share with you.
Yes, The Last Starfighter. That was the one. Yes.
Also, I just had to take this.
I was about to pick that one.
I
You
had
can't
to
even
take
believe
this
it.
because of the amazing cover.
I know, that is authentically...
The cover is beautiful.
You know what the thing we got to do is, like, this isn't one of those where we can just go Google image search the photos and post them up for people. We got to take these photos because they're so gloriously 80s in the covers and
also,
everything.
Also, it was in a video shop. It's still got a sticker with its number on it.
Oh my God, look at that. That is amazing. 1354.
Yeah.
Dori, you're going to know this. It's a hilarious portrayal of detective, blah, blah, blah. Has propelled this movie into the ranks of the top 10 box office hits in history. brash, street smart Detroit detective who follows the trail of a friend's murderer to the posh surroundings of Beverly Hills. It is an originally
Cop,
Beverly Hills Cop. Dori's got one more movie. What a treat for me.
Yes, this one is from 1999 again, but the reason I chose it is because it has a link to an 80s movie.
Okay.
Catherine and Sebastian.
No, it's Cruel Intentions. Love that movie.
Yes, and it is, of course, a vague remake of
Was it Dangerous
Liaisons, which is from the 80s, which I have spoken about on the show.
Listen, if you want a peak 90s movie starring Ryan Philippe, Reese Witherspoon, and Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Of course you know, because Reese Witherspoon's in it.
Oh, listen, I got to tell you, Sarah Michelle Gellar and Reese Witherspoon in a movie together.
Yeah.
Plus Ryan Philippe. I'm not going to watch that constantly. There's a horrible bet that Sarah Michelle Gellar, she's a bitch. And we weren't used to seeing her bitch because she was Buffy.
Yeah.
And then her and Ryan Philippe were siblings.
Yes.
But did they have sex in this? I don't think they did.
I feel like it was hinted at.
I don't think they ever did, but he wanted to.
He wanted it so badly.
And then they made a bet that he couldn't corrupt the sweetest girl in the school, which I'm just looking at the back. Take this away from me, Dori.
I've now completely sidetracked your brain.
Take this away from me. I don't know what's going on anymore. So, Dori, that was fun.
That was so fun.
We went to the video store. We picked out our movies.
Yeah.
Our contract gave us 10 movies to watch over the weekend. Which one are we watching twice? So when I'm watching Shawn Michaels and the rugby one, you're out.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we watching together? Beverly Hills Cop?
We could definitely watch Beverly Hills Cop, Cruel Intentions, The Last
Starfighter.
I wouldn't mind watching Bachelor Party.
Okay.
I could watch that.
Lipstick, Dipstick. We're not making it to the end. I think we'll watch 20 minutes. And then we'll watch
Afrikaans will overcome us.
Then we'll watch that. You'll watch by yourself.
You're definitely not watching the 13th floor.
13th floor, you watch. And
Poseidon Adventure, I don't know if I'm going to get you on that one.
Yeah, no, I'm going to force it. What are we watching twice?
I'm out on the wrestling and the rugby.
Beverly Hills Cop we're watching twice.
I'm on, yeah.
Because it's funny.
And the Bachelor Party. What was the fifth one? Your fifth one?
My fifth one was 10.
Oh, I'll watch that, yeah.
So we're watching 10 twice?
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maths. That's how it works.
Is very good.
Yeah, that's how it works. That 80 show coming live. If somehow
there was Kylie in the background for Barrett doing the locomotion.
Of course, the locomotion. If you've somehow come into this podcast halfway through,
how?
Why would someone come into a podcast halfway through? Like, what happened? Maybe you fell asleep on the skip forward 30-second button, and you're going, what is going on? You guys sound different. We at Retro012 in Pretoria, the Retro Fair, kindred spirits, all the people that are like us, liking 80s things. One of the 80s things, Dori, I didn't know. We haven't dropped in on CDogg for a while. Corey Feldman.
No.
He's doing a lot lately to make himself relevant. Okay, so I think next week we'll dedicate some time to him to talk about what he's up to. But the latest thing is, did you know he's got a shitload of beefs with people from the 80s and 90s? A shitload. Okay?
Okay.
His latest beef is with Johnny Depp.
Okay, I mean, it's not that hard to have beef with Johnny Depp. He's insane.
So, he was on a podcast this past week. Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
He's got a podcast called Magnificent Others.
Okay.
And
Corey. Everyone got a podcast.
Everyone's got a podcast.
What's wrong with people?
You know, Dori, but I feel we were the first ones.
We've been doing this since before people knew what podcasts was.
Exactly. Now, a Magnificent Others podcast, but this must have been one where they stepped down and just... This one is called Others Podcast because they had Corey Feldman on it.
That's so mean. You're going to have beef with you soon.
Yes! I would fucking hell. Decreed on this day, the 29th of March, the Ides of March, I want beef with Corey Feldman. I put it out there.
You made it when.
Yeah, that's it. That's my new mission. I want Corey Feldman beef.
Yeah.
Whoa. Said Michael Jackson. Okay. So
wow.
Okay. Had I not been pushed out and done that role, who knows what would have happened from that point forward. Okay? So he says, they say to him, he auditioned for the movie that kind of catapulted Leonardo DiCaprio into kind of the next level.
Leonardo DiCaprio or Johnny Depp?
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Okay.
Right? So Corey Feldman,
Yes.
let me read this side. I don't want to misquote CDogg. Maybe I do want to misquote him.
I think you should.
I think that'll start the beef.
Yeah.
So Corey Feldman said Johnny Depp is a piece of shit. Amber Heard was definitely right. Okay. And Johnny Depp shat in the bed, not the dog. That's what Corey Feldman said. No, that's not
what
what
did
he
he
said.
really
Okay.
say?
Johnny Depp, Corey Feldman confirmed, he was cast after I was, and apparently whispered into the producer's ear that he wasn't fond of me. Now, this is for What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Right.
And said he thought I was a junkie and that he didn't work with junkies. Okay?
Oh.
And he said, this is the first time I've ever told the story, so I'm sure I'm going to be hung by this one. Surprisingly, Depp didn't confirm the story, despite being requested for it. So, was calling Feldman a junkie a fair accusation? So Feldman says it depends on your timeline. He said, at this point, I was sober. I had just gotten sober. I had just gotten out of rehab. I turned my life around. And in fact, I was trying to help River Phoenix at the time, who Depp was running with at the time, as you know, right? DiCaprio was stealing roles from Feldman throughout the 90s, allegedly.
Right.
Ironically, just a couple of years later, I was also up for Titanic, claimed CDogg.
Please. Okay, first of all, I'm not the biggest Leonardo DiCaprio fan, but he is amazing in
He's
What's
so-
Eating Gilbert Grape.
He's phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Like,
I don't think CDogg could have done that.
no, not at all. Not at all. And as for Titanic,
Of course, we'll never know.
right? But that was okay because I wasn't that close on Titanic. I was up for it. I read for it. I know that I was in contention somewhere. So
Really?
imagine an alternate universe where Corey Feldman gets cast in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Corey Feldman is in Titanic.
Who would be with Corey Feldman in Titanic in this alternative universe? Because it's not going to be Kate Winslet.
No, because she's not putting
No.
up with that BO.
So who would it be?
Tara Reid.
That could work.
And then Titanic is just the worst movie, goes down as
ever.
the worst movie ever. Imagine that. That's real
Which
slung
is-
doors.
Weird alternative universe.
So, but Corey Feldman is such a knob, right? I said it. I call you out, CDogg.
Yeah.
CDogg is a knob.
Come at him.
The title of this podcast, CDogg is a knob. Because Billy Corgan introduces him at the beginning of the show. Billy Corgan said, nice to see you again, because we've only met once before. And Corey Feldman was, no, we've actually met about 10 or 12 times before. So very awkward start to this conversation.
Ooh.
Corey Feldman is very petty. He has beef. I want Corey Feldman's beef.
That's the second title of the podcast. Paulo wants Corey Feldman's beef.
So do you know Corey Feldman's got an autobiography?
I vaguely do
It's
know
called
that.
Choreography.
Oh my god.
I want it. I've got one credit on Audible. I want Choreography. I want to read about all his briefs. And in Choreography 2,
Is there an audio version of it being read by himself?
oh fuck, yes, please let there be. Let there be.
Because then that's what you need.
Corey Feldman, we're starting a beef right here on that 80 show with him. Listen, yeah, we're hitting time. We're going to wrap up that 80 show. We've not been able to get any of our guests. You know why? Because they're selling shit.
They are.
They're selling merch. I couldn't pull them away from their stalls.
Yeah.
They
I want
got
to
to
go
sell
and
stuff.
buy some of that cheap ass sweets.
I know.
I want some fake cigarettes.
What's there? There's chappies. Oh,
Oh,
fuck,
and
I
last
want.
time I bought those really good cinnamon balls.
You did.
I want more cinnamon balls.
There are so many chappies. Toffees.
Yeah.
There's toffees. I want some toffees. Gumballs. My wife bought. She bought cinnamon balls.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna call Noel back because as we wrap up the show, Noel, we're finalizing the show, but we want you to play a game with us.
Okay.
Before we go, but firstly, Noel, we left you about an hour ago. You did the rounds. Is everyone happy? Are you
Everyone's
happy?
happy.
Okay.
I'm happy. I'm. Let me tell you, I love my city. This is why I do this. I'm a Pretoria fanatic. I'm a Pretoria girl, and everyone's happy. I'm happy. We're still growing. Few glitches here and there, obviously, as always.
So a few gremlins here and there. Who
Few
hates a
gremlins.
gremlin? No one hates a gremlin.
No,
Exactly.
no. So no, it's been a wonderful day. Honestly, we're still growing every time. We have more people, more variety of people. This time it's in Centurion, so we have a lot of foreigners like you guys.
I've never had a bad time in Pretoria. Ever. I've never had a bad time when I've come out here.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I love it.
But you guys are really, real legends.
Well,
For you not to have a good time,
that's what I think.
Really...
You're going to take this on the road. You're very happy. We're very happy. We want to play a game with you. We play a game on that 80s show called 280s Truths and a Lie.
Okay.
I'm going to read you 3 facts.
Okay, and I must guess.
Two are true.
Got it.
One's the lie. You got to spot the lie.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to read all 3. And Dori, you can help Noel. You can help Noel.
It's weird with the 80s because anything goes.
That's what I'm saying. All of them are so fun. You know what?
Yeah.
We stopped playing this game because everything's so absurd. You just missed it, but we told a story about how Corey Feldman has got beef with Johnny Depp because he says Johnny Depp spoke the producers out of casting him in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Right?
So
That's what I'm saying. How absurd is that? So, here we go. Fact number 1. The original Pac-Man soundtrack. Do you have Pac-Man on your arcade machine over there?
Yes.
In the corner, there's an arcade machine. I've lined up my 20 cents coins there. The original Pac-Man soundtrack had lyrics sung by Prince. Okay, that's the first one. The original Pac-Man soundtrack had lyrics sung by Prince.
Wow, I'm a huge fan of both.
Okay. Fact number 2. Ronald Reagan was almost in Back to the Future. Back to the Future Part 2 specifically. Okay? Ronald Reagan was almost in Back to the Future Part 2 specifically. And number 3. Sylvester Stallone starred in a soft-core adult porn film before becoming famous.
That is true. I've seen it. It's horrible.
Of course you have. So Noel rules that out. The movie was called The Party at Kitty and Studs. Later, when he became famous, it was called The Italian Stallion. But he was in a soft-core porn film before becoming famous.
He's got the mouth for a porn star.
So now the other 2. Dori, can you help? The original Pac-Man soundtrack had lyrics sung by Prince, or Ronald Reagan was almost in Back to the Future Part 2. As they debate. Dung, dung, dung. Go get the tally quack, the tally fun quiz duck. There is one in... Dori, there's one in the building.
Really?
No shit, there is one. The tally fun quiz duck, tally quack. There
Yeah.
is one in the building.
No
I'm going to
way.
show you.
Okay.
Perhaps I will buy it.
I mean, they're both ridiculous facts.
So you need me to pick one that's not true.
The one, so either Prince sang the original Pac-Man song, had lyrics by Prince.
I think Ronald Reagan was supposed to be in Back to the Future, so I'll go with Prince.
Well done, Noel. You are the Curator Supreme, and you can spot bullshit from a mile away. Ronald Reagan was almost in Back to the Future Part 2. The filmmakers wanted President Reagan to play the mayor in Back to the Future Part 2.
Okay.
He loved the idea. He thought it was great. He really got it. He thought the joke was funny, and but he said, my acting days are past me. So he turned it down. But he thought it was great.
That is the most 80th thing I've ever heard.
It is fantastic. And
So cool.
And they would have put him in Part 3 as well, because they said the arc was to then put him in Part 3 to complete the circle, because he used to play in Western movies before he became president.
Well, they had Trump in there for playing Biv. So it kind of makes sense.
Donald Trump was in Home Alone, wasn't
in
he?
the alternate universe, where
Donald
where
Trump
he
is
stole
Biff
that
Tannen.
calendar.
Yeah, Donald
Did
Trump
you get
is...
your calendar badge?
You know what, Dori?
I'm gonna keep you to it. I remember.
I didn't tell you this, right? Someone complained to Noel about something yesterday, so Noel literally gave him a Noddy badge.
Noddy badge. Yeah. It's probably it's the weirdest thing. So the right people get it, what we're doing, and the right people don't get it. Does that make sense?
I know what you're saying.
So he ran out. This was probably the shittest thing that he's ever seen. And he was probably an orphan, and his dog just died.
He was an orphan,
but
yeah.
He was in World War II, in the snow, in the trenches, and this is the shittest thing he's ever seen. So he got himself a Noddy badge.
Yeah, a literal Noddy badge.
So yeah, I try not to focus on the bad things, because it really was a fun day. It still is.
Thank you
Dori.
for allowing us to... Thank you for the little VIP corner. The sauna here for Dori. She's not very happy about this.
I know, even me, Dori, I know. I'm going to hand it back to Dori. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your support.
And we got to get you back on the main show soon. We wanted you ahead of this week, but we knew you're so busy, so we left you
If there's
be.
anyone out there who wants any emails from me, please give me money so I can buy a computer. And I'll send you some emails.
Can't you send
guys.
emails from your arcade machine? That'd actually be the best,
I'll
actually.
send you a fax.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Noel.
Thank you,
Noel
Noel.
Opperman, the Curator Supreme of Retro012, the great experience story. I'm glad you made it eventually.
I was late, but I have been sickly, Paulo. I have been sickly.
We did speak about
I'm feeling a lot better now. That was so much fun.
That's what I'm saying. It always
So
is.
much fun.
It always is. And you know what? I really
had
feel it.
withdrawal not doing a show the last couple of weeks.
You know, and I hope our listeners feel the same because we haven't put out a show for 2 weeks because it's just been busy and Dori's not been well and I've been busy and we do feel it because we love doing the show. We love talking 80s stuff. We have so much fun finding the stories, talking shit about them. Today's been an extra special show. If you're listening to this, it means the recording went well.
Yes.
Like it sounds fine
and
to me.
if it didn't, you'll never know because this won't exist.
Or we'll put it on a Patreon and make you pay for it.
I thought you were going to say, or it's in an alternative universe with CDogg and Tara Reid.
I want your beef. Thanks for joining me, Dori. Goodbye.